It's Fuck Yeah Friday.
Fuck yeah!
Get ready for some wins.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Hello, happy FYF, happy Friday, happy Fuck Yeah Friday, where we get some inspiration. We have a little bit of fun. We celebrate your wins and mine, and we leave with a little affirmation or mantra or just something to kick our weekend off. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the Be It Till You See It podcast, we do interviews on Tuesday, recaps on Thursday, and this is my time to share a win of yours. You can send your wins into beitpod.com/questions, as we can send your questions as well, but you can also send your wins, and I want them. I want more wins from you. So something that inspired me, or like sometimes I feel like it can be educational. So they erased the 13th month because it was ruled by women. So this is from Stella Porter on Instagram. And this is interesting because I definitely had done some research and learned how like we got the Roman calendar, which is like makes no sense. And we have winter starting the new year off in the middle of winter, which makes zero sense. We should start the year off at spring, right? I just think so. But okay, here we go. Before the church ruled time, women followed a different calendar, one based not on the sun, but on the moon. It had 13 months of 28 days, mirroring the menstrual cycle. This wasn't just myth, it was math. 13 times 28 equals 364, plus one holy day equals 365. Brad just walked in and I just blew his mind. So, by the way, the Instagram has sources. So if you're like, this is baloney, no, it's not. There's like literal sources. This lunar calendar shaped everything. It had 4 sacred weeks per month, new, waxing, full, and waning. Sabbaths were tied to moon phases, and a full year called a year and a day, a phrase still found in spells and folklore. I have seen that in some stuff, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So a year and a day, right? Cultures around the world honored it. Maya women said that their calendar came from menstruation. Chinese women divided the sky into 28 lunar mansions, and in Gaelic, words for menstruation and calendar are the same. Miosak and Miosakan. I don't know. Miosach and Miosachan. So there you go. The Romans used the word menstruation for measuring time. It comes from mensura, measure. From the same root, we get menses, month, and the word menses, the monthly cycle. So one is mensis maybe and menses. A woman's body was the first clock. Mind blown. But this body-based time was slowly erased. The church replaced the 13th moon year with a 12-month solar one. They called 13 unlucky. Moon rites became witchcraft. Even menstruation became taboo. Still, the signs survived. Witch covens honor the number 13, the 13 treasures of Britain. So with 13 teats in Malta's temples, 12 night fires, 12 small flames plus one large one to represent the 13th moon of the new year. So lots of little people just like keeping that history around. I love it. Generations, hundreds of years later, right? The church flipped time inside out. Pagans began their days at sunset. The Saxon word for day actually meant night. Good night was once good den or good moon day. Christianity didn't erase the goddess calendar. It was rebranded. Christmas Eve equals the pagan night of the mother. Easter equals set by the first full moon after the spring equinox. May Eve, Midsummer's Eve, Lammas Eve, All Hallows Eve all began as lunar rites. This is interesting. This source that's here, I started on another podcast. Well, pretty much every amazing holiday used to be a pagan holiday, and then the church just rebranded it. So anyways, always good to know where these things came from because I just think you should know. I think you should know what things really are, right? They tried to rewrite time to flatten her curves into straight lines, but the moon cycles never left. They pulse in the marrow of stories and the tides of women in the hush between full moons. And now she's being remembered not as superstition, but as origin. So hopefully I can get this girl who posted this on the pod. I really thought she was cool, and I thought this information is cool. And what ladies, we need to know, right? Time was actually all about us. And I just think that's amazing. So, okay, a win of yours. Lisa MacDonald had a summer cancellation hole in my schedule, but turned what could be considered a negative to a positive and did boom, boom, pow with Lesley on the reformer. Finished with my boomerang on the mat, stood up and said, awesome, out loud. It felt great. Such a win coming off my duet session with Lesley and Melissa Hargrove last night. I felt strong, connected, and fabulous. Thank you, Lesley, for inspiring me to look for a win and celebrate. Lisa MacDonald, of course. Of course, Lisa's an OPC member. She's done my mentorship program. And so the Boom Boom Pow was one of the OPC classes. And at OPC, we have a name for every class. You have access to it for 2 weeks. And it's really fun when you get, if you're a teacher, you get a cancellation and you take class because then you get to have extra time with your Pilates practice, which I love. Okay, my win. Didn't get celebrated last week. We were out of town and I wanted to make sure I told you. Brad and I celebrated 10 years of being married last week, which is insanity. It's so crazy. I don't know if you, maybe I'm not the only one, but please let me know if you feel like you are like, hold on, how long have I been with this person, or how long have I been doing any anniversary, right? Like, how long have I been doing this? Like, it felt like we just got married, and actually, obviously we haven't, but like, it doesn't feel like it's been 10 years, which I guess is great. But then I look back and I'm like, wow, we have done so much in 10 years, like an insane amount in 10 years. And it's really cool because this is like the first time. We have so much more to go and so much more to grow, but just really grateful that we got to celebrate that together, because sometimes our anniversaries line up where we are on a plane and we're together, but like one of us probably sleeping. And also several times it's happened where we've like taken off on a flight on the 2nd. We've landed on the 4th because we lost a day. So it's really nice that we were around together in the daylight, 8 hours, not on a plane, able to actually celebrate our 10-year anniversary, which is really, really great. So normally the wins are something that you want to celebrate. Sometimes they're big, like a 10-year. I'll celebrate 11 as well. But I think it's important that, we celebrate wins big or small. In the coming months, we're going to have a habits series on the program. And one of the biggest things you can start doing to make habits happen is start to notice the things that you actually are getting done, the wins that are actually happening in your life. All right. There's little ones every single day, and we are just not taking enough time to celebrate what we did do. And you know what? Maybe you've got a lot going on in your life, and the only thing to celebrate is that you took a shower and you put on a different change of clothes. That's a huge win. If that was the hardest thing you could do in the day, I think we have to start giving ourselves credit for what we have done. And I interviewed someone to be on the pod, and I really like what they're saying. There's so many people who are doing outward actions to get outward affirmation versus looking and glowing from within. And you can only do that if you're actually recognizing that you're doing really great stuff. Space and grace, babe. All right. Your mantra. You ready for it? I do not rise and fall for another. I do not rise and fall for another. I do not rise and fall for another. No, you don't. You rise for you. Got it? So easy to do it for other people. And it hurts because it's hard that way. So I do not rise and fall for another. You guys have an amazing week. We've got a great guest coming up next week. Can't wait for you to hear it. And until then, be it till you see it.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the Epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.